Hi, hello, welcome to Dear PP, a podcast where we hopefully help you become a better speedrunner, but probably won't. I'm Corva May, but you can call me May, or she, or her.
I'm Soos. You can call me SWC, or he, or they.
And joining us from the stage, it's Church.
Hi, I'm Church. You can call me Church, or Sarge, or he, or him.
I don't know anything about this game.
Yeah, it's a stage.
But I know we're on a stage, which reminds me of the game that invented the stage, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Of course.
So I assume it's like that.
Yeah, it's almost exactly like that in the sense that I've never played Paper Mario.
Okay, well, you heard it here first. It's the same. Write that down. Start the run whenever.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. I'm not going to talk a lot about the game. It is a Shakespearean magical girl JRPG. I don't remember what I'm doing. So, it'll be great.
Nice.
Make sure to save before quitting, by the way.
The worst part is that's not even the worst advice ever, because I've literally quit out multiple times when I didn't mean to. It's pretty easy to do.
Oops.
I'm
Well,
gonna
don't do that.
So this is gonna be an interesting start to this podcast because most of the times we have games on, I know something about them, but I don't know anything about this game. So I'm like, gonna be somewhat being like, oh, this is neat, or be like, what is going on? I do like that. Oh, go ahead.
Magical girls are beating up Shakespearean. I guess it's not even demons are invading Shakespearean worlds, and magical girls are stopping them. That is the game.
Huh.
Where are we right now?
This is Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, I've read
Of course,
that one.
yeah. You can't tell. I mean, this is the scenery that you imagine when you read it, with thorny vines around everywhere.
Well, because roses symbolize love, and so there's roses everywhere.
Right.
Ah,
And the
crap.
demons symbolize.
The demons symbolize the demons of rivalries that existed for so long that not even those who participate in it can say why they occur, and how that demonizes what would otherwise be pure love. That's the moral of Romeo and Juliet. It's definitely not that kids are dumb.
Okay.
I read that like 20 years ago. Well, it can't be 20 years ago. I'm not that old, but I don't. There's a guy named Romeo in it and a girl named Juliet. That's what I remember.
Good
And
analysis.
they're like 13. That's like the whole point. Is that they're like 13. They're like, this is love forever and true love, and once you've hit 13, you've peaked. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
no,
true.
oh no, babes, no, stop.
I
Yeah,
think,
you don't peak
Romeo's
until you're
like 15. Yeah, Romeo's like 15 and
Actually,
Juliet's
I
like
think
12.
that's actually true.
All right, well, problematic, but also
Yeah, there's a not very good age dynamic in the two, and
I would say their dynamic from top to bottom is not great.
spoilers for a 600-year play. If you can't find true love, then just die at age 12.
I'm always saying this. This is now going to be our Shakespeare fan cast, I guess.
Good.
Which
I don't know enough
think
about Shakespeare.
Yeah, I don't
so.
think any of us have read enough Shakespeare to like do that in a way that is going to be good.
Yeah, I only read Romeo and Juliet as a wee lad in like 10th grade.
I read Macbeth and another one in school. I don't remember which one right now.
You can't say the name of the Scottish play while playing the game where you're on stage, or else all your RNG will be bad.
It's not the Macbeth section yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not relevant.
I've
Did I
read.
get patched out? What the hell? What is going on?
I read Romeo and Juliet. I read The Tempest, A Midsummer's Night Dream.
I watched the movie for A Midsummer's Night Dream.
The Taming of the Shrew. What other ones have I read? Hamlet.
Hamlet, that was one I read.
There's probably a couple more that I'm just forgetting off the top of my head. I'm really
Nice.
bad at. Anytime someone's like, "Name all the things you've done," and I'm like, "Nothing." My
Name
brain is a
everything you've
perfect
done.
sphere. Are these all characters from?
Yes.
That makes sense. Yep. Okay.
So all of these are main characters in one of the plays.
Yeah, they seem familiar names. Which one's your favorite?
Beatrice, because she's the most useful.
I meant in Shakespeare, but that works too.
Beatrice, because she's the most useful.
Fair.
Understandable. I like that you're now finding like muck.
I like how the game
Pokemon
gives you
series.
for skipping the transformation sequence. It's like,
Oh, it does.
what is wrong with you?
To be fair, that is like the core aspect of the genre.
It is. It really is. However, it saves 14 minutes over the run. So.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
man.
Is all transformation sequences a category?
I mean,
Caliban.
it could be.
Us. Let's not talk about the game. Us.
Wait, so now you're
talks
in
about the game.
present. Now you're in present. I said this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So now you're in present day. So you're all magical girls from the present day who are going
Ooh,
back.
now you're in the zoo.
Oh, I messed up. Oh, I messed up.
That polar bear was in Romeo and Juliet. I remember that scene.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to take this this route anymore because I can't skip this magical girl transformation. I had to go the other route.
Uh-oh.
You know, I think it's okay if you're turning into a panda.
You turn into a panda? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. No, so far not very panda.
Not very panda.
Yeah, I
All
can
right,
see how
if you're
these would add
listening,
up.
go watch at this timestamp.
Around 5:30 of the end, or start around 5:30 of the end-game time. That's where you can watch all the magical girl transformation sequences.
Yeah.
We'll have a look. We'll have a link in the description. Oh shit! You do have a panda.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the panda's a magical girl.
Yeah,
think
this is
this
why you can't
was-
skip it.
This was a perfect time to have to watch this. I think that was great. I needed that.
So what Shakespeare character is the panda named after?
The panda is just one of the magical girls. She gets turned into a panda in this scene.
Oh. I mean,
that's
it could
Paulina,
happen
I
to
think.
you.
I don't remember how to do this fight anymore. I think it's this. And, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Is this the first game where a panda is a playable character? Tekken
Probably
would
not.
matter.
Games where a panda is a playable character.
Because you got like Tekken.
Tekken, yeah.
This game.
It seems to be a lot of Tekken.
Yeah.
Panda Hero on Steam.
Ooh.
12 best panda games for iOS and Android.
Oh no.
All right, I'm not getting down the rabbit hole. I refuse. This is an advice show, as you can clearly tell. Our
Yeah.
advice to you is apparently
Be a
watch
panda.
Shakespeare, but only
Be a
if there's
panda.
if there's magical girl transformation sequences in it. Do all the characters talk in Shakespearean English? Because that would be rough.
So they actually do have Shakespearean English, but here the great for an audio podcast. There's the old version, and then you hit right, and then it's the modernized version.
Oh.
And you can do
The
that
old
for-
English was like, my noble whatever, whoever is dead. The modern version was just whoever is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes
There are no
maybe
honorifics in modern day.
it'd be very funny if it was just a language option.
Yeah. It's like how
mean, that'd
Minecraft has
probably-
like pirate speak.
That'd probably be like the easiest way to implement it. It's just the separate localization pack.
Mhm.
This is an advice podcast. We give you advice. You send in questions and we answer them with our combined years of speedrunning expertise and ingenuity. Dear PB, what are your goals for speedrunning at the moment? Do you want to go for world records, or are you happy to keep improving? Do you want to keep doing bigger and bigger events? From Anonymous. Well, don't all answer at once.
Wait, y'all speedrun? Oh. What am I doing here? My current goal is to wait for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet route to be good, and then maybe run that, and that's it.
Okay, Church,
And if
go.
it's not good, then damn.
My current goal is... So I keep having goals and then just not doing them.
I love that, yeah.
Hell yeah. So, please close the game. There we go. One of them right now is Snoopy versus the Red Baron. Whenever I get back to it, I would like to get the current PB I have down. It uses a strategy that was not implemented by the previous run, so it's like miles ahead, but it's still not good. It's just, it has a better route than the previous one. And then I'd also like to... there is a series I've been considering doing. It is the... I almost said Zeboid Games, which is not true because that's this game. It is the Rusty Lake series, which is like a kind of horror, kind of not point and click series. And they're like, all of the runs are like 4 or 5 minutes, and I've been considering doing just like an entire series run of that for a while now, and I just never get around to it. So that.
So what is this pause menu you keep doing? Sorry, I'll do an answer in a second. I noticed that the enemies keep moving, but is that just like... I can't see half the text as part of the problem because our timer blocks it.
Yeah, so... I didn't save there, did I? Crap. So, there's like the overworld and those enemies are moving around, but you can pause your game and the enemies will keep moving. So every time like I get into where an enemy's hitbox is and it's about to hit me to engage the fight, I just hit the pause button so that they'll move the hell away from me.
Okay, so pause is different than your like menu.
Yes.
That's what I was confused.
And
it's good to remember to save before quitting, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's important.
Oh.
So surprisingly, it is just better to quit. It takes like 10 quit outs here before it's even worth not quitting out because these fights suck.
Huh.
This game needs a soft reset.
It does. That's my one complaint about the Zeboid. So I'm actually I'm pretty sure I'm the reason they don't have soft resets anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So they used to have soft resetting. So they made a bunch of games, and like I want to say 8 years ago, I was running one of their games. This is back when I was on Xbox still, so like old days. And I was speedrunning, and I tried to save and quit at the same time as because I was trying to go fast. So I saved and I quit. Or sorry, I saved and did a soft reset on the same frame, and the game did not like that. That was not good.
Uh-oh.
So what it ended up doing, if I remember correctly, it like saved the position on the map, but it defaulted to a different map. So I was basically, save warping, but the problem with that was that it was a location that had flags for you to progress. It was like the beginning area, which you're not supposed to be able to go back to. You do a certain thing and then you move on and then that's it. So I was back in that area and I was effectively soft locked. But it was also doing weird things with sprites and things, and they didn't like that. And I brought it up to them. I was like, "Hey, this is a thing," and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." I was like, "Yeah, it doesn't really do anything. It just kind of messes with you." And they're like, "Okay." And I'm not sure they ever figured out how to fix that. It's mostly a console issue though, because consoles are the ones that have the delay. Like there needs to be. Because on PC, when you save, it's instant. So like you do not have time to soft reset while you're saving. But on console, especially like back on the 360, it wasn't as good as modern PCs. So it was like, yeah, there's definitely a delay in saving. So all
Makes
that to say, I
sense.
killed soft resetting.
You're solely responsible.
I realized I didn't answer the question. My answer is to get more typing game records.
True.
That's my new niche.
Good goal.
I'm gonna stick to it. It doesn't
You're
hurt my
gonna play-
wrist, which is a huge win.
You're gonna play Typing of the Dead.
I could.
Good. That is a typing game.
It is a typing game. It's just pure auto-scroller, though, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, most
I don't
typing
know.
games are, to be honest.
Yeah, I think most would be. You should run Mario.
All the
Teaches
typing of the Deads have runs. Typing
Yeah.
of the Dead Overkill. Maybe I should do that.
I think I've seen a GDQ event before.
Yeah. It's been there a few times, I think.
The world record was just set 5 minutes ago at a 129.
5
For
minutes
at least
ago.
Is that
for
actually
for,
true?
for bitch difficulty,
Oh,
because it's
of
a cool
course.
game, you know.
Yeah, because if you play on easy mode, you're a bitch. If you play on hard mode, you're hardcore.
What is this? My first
What-
GDQ? That was a reference only. I don't know why I made that. I'd have to explain it. And it's just not even funny. So I apologize to everybody involved.
Clearly, I should run the fan game Toriel Teaches Typing.
Is that a? I'm okay. It's a fan game, so yeah. Okay. All right.
That should be a real game.
Toriel Teaches Typing. Play it online at Cool Math Games.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes. Honestly, that sounds really fun.
It doesn't look good, though.
Does it not? I haven't.
No. No,
Oh,
it doesn't.
I haven't. Just. It looks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks very easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, my goal right now. I started playing Nanotale, which is one of the Typing Chronicles series of games. It's not very good. So I'll probably just buy Epistory and run that. But yeah, I got to like 2/3 of it and was like, I'm gonna play Pokemon. Now that that's out, actually.
Yeah. Imagine speedrunning.
True.
I don't remember the last time I did a run of something. I did maybe I did a Portal run in June just because I wanted to see how rusty I was. The answer was very.
I did a bunch of Yick runs.
True.
Except for then I kept soft locking in the same place and I haven't done any runs since.
I can't even imagine speedrunning. Who does that anymore?
Yeah, I would never.
Honestly, welcome to the DPP, a podcast about speedrunning hosted by people who don't do speedruns.
That's why we have the guests.
Exactly.
We also watch speedrunning very often.
That's not necessarily true. I do speedruns. I just do I just learn an entire route, run it twice, and go, eh.
Okay, very often,
Also,
meaning
mate,
at least once every other week.
You did a speedrun recently.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I did it on I forgot, I was on Hotfix. Okay, to be fair, that doesn't count. That's the one game that I can run with my eyes closed. And also, I can't run it anymore, really, because my wrist is messed up.
That's true. I do feel bad about that.
It's fine. I thought it'd be fine, and it wasn't fine.
It was not.
Damn.
Which is why I can't get on that Pokemon X grind. Oh boy. Oh,
I'm
no.
sure you're missing out on that.
Oh shucks. Oh geez.
Darn. You should run
So
Scarlet and Violet.
Maybe if it's
It's a hot new game.
It depends. If it's quick enough that I'm not gonna get eye pain from it, then sure.
Yeah.
Currently, the world record's like 9 hours. So if we get below that, then I might be more down.
Good luck.
I'm sure it won't go down.
No.
That's how speedruns generally work. You know, the day one time. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. The exploits never get found. People never improve.
Nope.
Right. Yeah, just pack it up. Someone got a day one world record. You can't beat it. It's impossible. So.
Anybody who's looking to speedrun this game, please don't listen to that. It's literally why I haven't run this game more.
Because nobody else does it.
So this is an indie game, and not a lot of people do the runs. For the last game they came out, only 2 people run it, and it the second person to start running it didn't start running it until like a year after it was released. So yeah.
What other games has the studio made? I feel like they sound familiar.
Breath of Death 7.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
Hold on, real.
They the studio that did Cthulhu Kills the World, or is that a different one?
Cthulhu Saves the World. Cthulhu Saves Christmas. Breath of Death 7.
Wait,
Cosmic Star Hero and.
So they also did Reigns, like Precipice of Darkness 3, right?
Precipice of Darkness 3 and 4, yeah. So
I played that one.
Precipice of Darkness 3 is the one that I removed soft locking from.
Ah, gotcha. I like remember playing that
4.
series and having fun with it, and I like don't know if it's any good. Not necessarily because of the gameplay, but because of Penny Arcade.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of that going around. Real hard to like things anymore.
Liking things is rough. This is
Not
why
being
I just go on.
problematic is apparently very hard.
That's why the trick is to go in the house. In the final days of Twitter, you have to go on and just be a hater all the time. That's our advice to you. Be a hater.
Things.
Don't let people enjoy things. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that.
Just
don't
hate
do that.
things. Comment on companies' posts and tell them that they're terrible.
Do that. That's good. Do that.
Yeah.
I just
hate
don't
on
open
corporations, but tell every speedrunner that their runs are perfect and beautiful, and give them a little forehead kiss. That's my actual advice.
Is that an
Yeah.
emoji or?
Huh? No. Drive over.
Yeah, go to every individual speedrunner's location and do so.
Do not do that. That sounds like doxing. Wait, one of your spells is just called Flashlight?
It's an item.
Oh, okay.
It is. It's an item that deals light damage. So there's a bunch of items in this game. I'm on the easy difficulty, so I don't use like any of them except the damage items because you only need to do damage to go fast.
Classic JRPG run. That was a weird thing to me when I was doing Yick or learning Yick. Is that game doesn't have any damage items, and so I was like, how the hell does this go fast? And it turns out we just exploit an assist mode, but
Nice.
yeah. Because it'd be rough otherwise. It'd be actually really hard. There's like a no assist mode run. It's like way longer. Because in that game, it's like all like timing based combat stuff, like little mini games. And so for the assist mode gives you infinite slowdown time. And one of the mini games, it's essentially the faster you're able to mash when the thing's in a current area, like a certain area, the more damage you do, and you can keep it chaining forever if you're like accurate enough. But with slowdown time, you just mash as fast as possible, and it works.
Interesting.
Don't learn that game; it's dumb.
Good to know.
I mean, the speedrun's kind of funny, but you do have to listen to a lot of monologues.
That's the best part about video games.
Cutscenes?
Monologuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, cutscenes.
How many monologues are in this game? I feel like this game is like the game where monologuing is probably the most appropriate.
There's a decent amount of monologuing, but we don't have to read any of it. So I didn't really talk about this, although it was a really good segue when you were talking about your wrist issues. There's a lot of text in these games, and it really screws with you. So we actually like allow turbo in this.
Oh God
So
bless.
I'm so part of the reason is with the Zeboid games, they didn't disable the keyboard when you're using controller, and the Zeboid games have two accepts keys on the keyboard. So without that, the fastest way to mash is basically just slamming your controller on the keyboard.
That's
while
so
hitting...
dumb.
Right. So originally, we just allowed you to rebind your controller because the two triggers don't do anything. So it was like, okay, well then just, you know, mash the triggers. But why are, like, even that is bad, especially in the last game, Cthulhu Saves Christmas. They did the battles a little bit differently, where it would show up on your... Basically, as you were walking around, it would be like, hey, you're about to be in a battle. If you don't want to be in this battle, you should mash out of it. And those happen a lot if you skip, because they want you to fight battles. So it was, you basically were constantly mashing all three buttons for the 30-minute run, and it was really bad. So we were like, yeah, no, we're just gonna allow turbo, because screw this.
Good.
Like,
Yeah.
It's literally like we're not playing the game because this is so bad. Like, it hurts.
Turboize your community.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the reality of it is if everybody's doing it, it's fine. Like,
If everybody's turboed, no one is. I learned that from The Incredibles.
you know, I can't tell if that's true or not because I haven't seen that movie in like...
Yeah, The Incredibles were very staunch
15
supporters
years.
of turbo and speedruns.
Exactly. Oh, really ahead of its time in that way?
They knew.
I knew Frozone was a great inspiration for everybody.
Exactly. True. I also have not seen that movie in a while, but I have seen that movie a lot of times when I was younger. Oh, man.
Oh no.
Well, what about the second movie?
I've never seen the second one.
Same.
I have played the
Yeah, me either.
GameCube game, The Incredibles Rise of the Underminer.
Ooh, I played the first Incredibles game for GameCube.
I think that's a GameCube
Speaking
game.
of problematic communities, the Underminer community is
Really?
very niche. Well, I think it's like one person. That was like,
So it's just one asshole.
yeah, they were like, it was one of those situations where it was like, I got this world record, but like, trust me,
Oh.
I got like the best time ever, and it's not even physically possible to beat, but I got it, I swear. I don't particularly mean to slander this person, but like a little bit. It was online. This was like a couple years ago that there was a lot of drama about the Incredibles Rise of the Underminer community.
That's the best. The best thing about, honestly, the funny thing about speedrunning is that like you'll get these like niche dramas about like yeah, so that things are blowing up in the fucking like pets cats for the DS community.
Yeah, and it's like there's enough people to generate drama. Like, good for them, but also, damn.
Yeah. And if you're in the pets cats community, I don't mean that as a like, haha, your game sucks. I mean that in a that is objectively a very funny sentence.
Also, your game sucks. That's not true.
Whoa,
Your
whoa,
game's
whoa, whoa,
Damn,
whoa, whoa!
damn.
Here in this house, we are. I've
Pets
never
Cats
played
and the
Pets
PSP
Cats.
was better.
Was it?
I don't know. I don't even know if it was on the
I don't
PSP.
even know that that's a real game, to be honest with you. I don't play video games.
Pets, Cats.
But
There's,
I never played Nintendo Cats, but I have played Nintendo Dogs, which is very weird if you know anything about me.
yeah. That's okay, they're digital.
You life, but well, they didn't have Nintendo Drift Balloons, right? So
Well, I mean, isn't that just Pokemon? That's just Pokemon Camp and Sword and Shield. That's Nintendo Driftlins.
True.
Except for me, it's 1,500 Driftlins.
No big deal.
That is not a joke.
I didn't think it was.
There's Pets Cats 2 for the Wii.
Okay, that seems like it'd be pretty good.
So if you're a speedrunner of that, write in. Because I don't think there's that many of you.
Friend of the show, Lauren has shown up. Check out our first bonus episode and has not realized that I was not replying to her, but I was in fact recording a podcast that is now snuck out of the room. I can say goodbye to Lauren, including if you're listening to this later, Lauren. You have to say goodbye to yourself.
Bye.
Bye.
I did not know Lauren was coming over. It's possible she told me, and I forgot.
I have found that there are no Pets games on... Oh, there are. I lied. Pets, Dogs 2, Cats 2.
Did you spell it wrong?
On...
Did you spell it with an S?
Yeah, I did. The record is... Any percent is 1.5 hours.
Seems too long.
And it's on the Dogs version.
Oh,
the Cats
no!
version is slightly slower.
Wait, is it the same leaderboards?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the game is just the same.
But they just changed out the models?
Probably.
Isn't there like a Pets Gerbils?
There's a Pets for any animal.
Wait, what's Pets Horses?
There's Pets Cats Clan.
Cats of Clan?
Yeah.
Whoa. I love that game.
There's
like Pet Sports. There's Sports.
Pet Sports?
Pet Sports.
Can you play bowling? I can't wait. I cannot wait for the Summoning Salt video on the world record progression of Pet Sports.
There is one runner.
Maybe not as likely then.
You don't know. Maybe they do a lot of runs.
True.
That's true. But I
World
feel
record
like
progression is the same. Ooh, there's ads for Progressive in the game.
The world record Progressive.
Yeah. There's just like billboards for Progressive. I'm watching this dog race, and there's just the logo, and there's the Progressive car, and like that's it. That's like the only thing you get.
Wait, did you get hit there? I felt like it seemed like it was good.
So what happened is that I pressed up before I pressed A, which went to quit instead of keep playing, because I meant to hit A and then up, but I pressed them at the same time.
Okay, so something to know is that once again, our timer perfectly blocks the options there, so I did not know there were options there.
Okay.
It just says playing for me.
Playing.
Okay. Yeah, so I've got keep playing and quit, and I went, okay, great, and I tried to hit A and up, but instead I hit up and A, which quit, which brought me to the main menu, which, ow, that sucked.
Oops.
Oops.
Oh, well.
Blade Wisp. I don't remember Titania having those.
Yeah, it was in the director's cut.
I don't even know what play this is.
I assume it's Midsummer's Night Dream.
I believe so. Yeah.
Is Rosalind the main character in that one?
I haven't read it in
Please
years.
hold.
Please hold.
Rosalind is the heroine and protagonist of the play As You Like It.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's this one then. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. I don't have my splits open.
Do you have the section names in?
I do. I'm pretty sure it's Rosalind in this, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't follow Shakespeare.
I've not read As You Like It because, as we discussed earlier, I'm a hater.
You do not like it.
No, it says Queen Titania, doesn't it? Or something Titania?
It does.
It's a
Then that's-
crossover
It's a crossover episode. Oh.
between Shakespeare and Shakespeare.
Yeah, it's Yog Titania.
Yog Titania. What does Yog mean?
Cthulhu?
Oh, Cthulhu.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't mean that, but it's, Eldritch.
Yeah. I forgot about
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
The most important aspect of this game, Cthulhu.
Hi, this is post-production May, the May that gets added in after the fact. Did you know we have a Patreon? If you're already a Patreon subscriber, this message isn't for you. Thank you, we love you, you can tune out for this part. But if you're not, For only $3 a month, you can get access to episodes early and get a bonus episode at least once per month. The bonus episodes are like different from the regular episodes. They're a lot more unhinged, which is kind of saying something. You get access to all the ones we've already done, even if you subscribe now, so that's cool. We don't want to have to run ads during this program, because ads suck, and supporting us via the Patreon helps us not have to do that. You can check it out at patreon.com/DearPBpod if you're interested and can afford to do so. You're already supporting us by listening to the show and telling others about it, so this is kind of like a bonus thing you could do if you really like it. Okay, cool, I'm done, bye.
Yeah,
The Magical Girl JRPG.
The Magical Girl Cthulhu.
Rip Shakespeare, you would have loved the works of H.P. Lovecraft.
Truly.
Another one for the a problematic community, but like in a single person. Truly the rise of the Underminer of his time.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We
Rip Lovecraft, you would have loved Incredibles Rise of the Underminer. Maybe.
I don't think so. Didn't he hate technology?
Probably.
He hated a lot of things.
Yeah.
I know very little about him. I know he's an asshole, but I'm pretty sure there was a thing where like one of his books was about his upstairs neighbor had like AC or something, and he fucking hated that, so he wrote a fucking novel about how it came to life and like murdered everybody or something.
Honestly, truly the proto J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, this is so there's a short story by Lovecraft called Cool Air. The plot is the narrator offers a story to explain why a draught of cool air is the most detestable thing to him.
Normal, real normal energy.
Very interesting. I hate cold air.
Imagine if Lovecraft held Next Door. Holy shit, it was so bad.
Lovecraft would hate Next Door, or would love it to
No, he would
hate
love
everyone
it.
else. Yeah,
Exactly.
True.
Like he'd be, oh god. Or would he hate it because it's technology? Who can say?
True.
But at that point, it had been normalized, so.
I mean, you're not wrong, but does that matter though?
If you're a scholar on these sorts of topics, write in.
Apparently, Lovecraft is also abnormally sensitive to cold.
Why would you live in?
Just put on a jacket.
Why would you live in Rhode Island then?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one of those people who like just move, lol.
I mean, like Florida was a thing back then. It wasn't really built up in the 20s, but it was a thing.
I mean, you can even go down to like, I don't know, like West Virginia. That'll be warmer.
Yeah, go to like
all
Atlanta.
Right. We're about to hit some knowledge that I don't have. Is he American?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
From the Northeast.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Providence, Rhode Island has a bunch of like Lovecraft stuff, which I only know because I've been to Providence.
I haven't for a long time, but I have been.
It was nice. I had a good time when I was there.
Yeah.
It felt claustrophobic the whole time though.
Well, yeah, it's a small estate.
It's so small. I know.
I would never feel that way.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, unless you move to Alaska for a bit and then come back, and you're like, wow, this sucks.
True. Yeah. I don't feel contiguously claustrophobic.
Okay.
Alaska weather must be nice.
In what way?
It's cold.
Lovecraft
cold.
would hate Alaska.
Lovecraft would hate Alaska. Episode title.
I mean, in Anchorage right now, it's 23 degrees Fahrenheit or -5 C right now.
Thank you.
Okay, to be honest,
I don't know.
that's only 5 degrees colder than it is in Chicago right now, so that doesn't sound that bad.
In Austin, it's 38 degrees Fahrenheit or 3
Well, that's
C.
cold for Austin.
Yeah, we've been hit with a cold front, and it's been rough.
Yeah, it snowed a bunch yesterday, but none of it stuck. And then, so that'll date this podcast, I guess, if you're following Chicago weather. and like look up the date and are being weird about it. I don't know.
Follow Chicago weather.
Yo, follow Chicago weather on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and
Yeah. Is this
Like,
our
follow,
Chicago
and
weather
subscribe.
fan cast?
no, that's my other podcast that none of you get to know
Oh.
about.
Okay.
Apparently.
I mean, I don't even I believe that is the thing.
Yeah, I don't-
Yeah, it's just-
That's my podcast.
Something
I have
you-
a T-Pat.
Buffalo, if we're talking about weather, Buffalo, New York kind of got,
Got like 4 feet of snow, right?
they got like 7 feet of snow.
Oh my god.
How is
Um,
Buffalo getting more snow than me?
Lake effect snow is a phenomenon that exists, and it's kind of
I
rough
guess
out
that's
there.
true. Yeah,
It's
Um,
interesting because we don't get like our lake effect snow. I feel like is like so different than it is in like Upper New York, even though we're like
Mhm.
the same latitude.
Apparently, the Buffalo Bills stadium picked up 77 inches of snow in the past 2 days.
That's absurd.
That's a lot.
Yeah, we got like a good amount of snow, like a good amount of snow, but none of it stuck, and so like it's all gone today.
We're supposed to get 4 centimeters of snow today.
I don't think
Uh,
we're getting any snow. It's
I
supposed to be
don't-
70 on Saturday next week.
It's been snowable here. This is like
Snowable.
the worst podcast subject. Yeah,
Let's
it's
talk
like
about current weather.
current weather. It's like it's gonna age so well.
If you're
Like,
watching
plus
this next year in June, it's snowing in
supposed to start
Chicago right
snowing in,
now.
like in a little bit. No, it's not. But it might snow when we're done recording, and then it's not supposed to snow for the rest of the week because it's supposed to get up to the high 40s again.
Look, when I say it's supposed to be 70 in Texas, that applies for like 2/3 of the year. So as long as you're not in the summer, then it might be 70 here.
Well,
So
how-
that's actually timeless, kind of.
That makes sense, I guess. Dear PB, I have to find a question. Hold on, I jumped the gun.
You wanted the segue, but you weren't ready for it.
Dear PB, I need a controller for PC games. What are my options, and what are generally the pros and cons of each controller? From Anonymous.
Steam controller, if you want to
No,
be
I
quirky.
hate the Steam controller is terrible.
If you want to be quirky.
People who are like, there are people out there who are like, oh my god, I love the Steam controller because you can do all these bindings with it, and it's like actually like the most powerful controller. And it's like, oh my god, shut up, nerds.
It's
What's
a
wrong
Linux of
with you?
controllers.
It's the well, it is. It's like yeah. So actually, if you set up these like 19 different custom, if you spend like 48 hours learning how to use the Steam controller configurator to an optimal
It's
level,
really good.
and then for each game before you play it, you spend 4 hours making a binding. It's actually like really amazing, and it's the exact same
Yeah.
thing as like yeah. So my distro is actually really easy. All you have to do is install these 90 packages, and then everything works, and then you can access the engine.
Yeah. I mean, like, the main options are going to be the Xbox One controller, the DS4, both of which are good in their own ways.
There's actually only made 3DSs.
True. That's why the number's at the end.
Yeah.
It's true.
The Switch Pro controller is a little finicky to work on PC, but it is pretty good.
I hate the Switch Pro controller.
Well,
Just the D-pad.
okay, that's fair.
The D-pad is garbage.
If you're looking for a good D-pad, the DS4. I don't know about
Oh,
the
the-
5. Probably
the
also
Xbox,
good.
the Xbox One controller has a good D-pad too.
Yeah.
That's my controller of choice. People
Yeah,
don't
me
like
too.
the new like 8-directional D-pad thing. If you get an Elite, you can swap it out. But the problem with the Elite is that I had one and then it started drifting, and then when I sent it back to get it fixed, they sent it back more broken.
It's also incredibly expensive for a
It is really
controller.
expensive. It's really nice though. The flapper paddles are great.
Mm-hmm.
More controllers should have flapper paddles. It's okay. It's
speaking
wild
of-
to me that they released that like DualShock 4 flapper paddle thing, and it doesn't work with the DualShock 5. Like you can't, or like the DualShock 5 just doesn't have them. It's so weird.
Speaking of expensive controllers, you can get a Hitbox controller
Real?
for, I don't really know what that would be good for. I used it for
aren't
Necrodancer.
Celeste.
Ooh, true.
Celeste and Hitbox would probably be pretty good.
Aren't hitbox controllers like really good for carpal tunnel?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the point.
they're more ergonomic. Generally, they're supposed to be at least, because your hands aren't like crunched up on the controller; they're kind of spread out, which is nice. And the pressing the buttons is very satisfying. So,
Are you saying the Nintendo GameCube controller isn't the peak of ergonomics?
actually, the SNES controller is the best one of all
Oh
time.
God. Oh God.
It's either SNES or GameCube. I mean,
Nintendo truly knows how to make a controller that will just ruin your wrist for the rest of existence.
they're good controllers, but only temporarily, and then you can't use them anymore because your
Wouldn't
wrists
that
are shredded.
okay? Wouldn't that? I would argue that would be considered bad.
Yeah, well, for the time you're able to use them, they're good.
But there's no
Like-
longevity. If there's no like longevity to it, then like what's the point? What are we even doing here?
The GameCube has a big green button, so you know what the important action button is.
I do
Come
like
on.
that the A button is really stupid, really big. It is very dumb.
And the B button is small and red means stop, and that's your cancel button.
That's
and
true.
Z is purple, which means grab, and that's your grab button.
Oh,
That's all I got.
of course,
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
exactly.
Yeah, the Z button
Well,
being
okay,
purple
'cause
is a choice.
If you grab someone and you cut off their airflow, they will turn purple.
Yes.
I can't argue with that.
There you go.
I cannot speak from experience, but I've heard.
And then the C stick is yellow because it's because the N64 was. There's nothing funny about that one.
Yeah, basically.
It's like,
Unfortunately.
remember the N64? We love it.
Remember the individual C buttons? It's a stick now.
Yeah. I remember having that as a kid. I'm definitely old enough to have had that as a kid.
I feel like that means you weren't. I feel like you're implying.
I think I actually did have it as a kid, but I'm not sure. I
I don't know
very
if you're
young.
implying that you're very young or very old with
Yeah.
that sentence.
I'm pretty young.
Okay. I had it as a kid.
I had a PlayStation 1, so I did not have the N64.
I mean, the 64 came out before I was born, but I still used it into childhood because I was a child
Wait, when
gamer.
did the 64 come out?
96.
Okay. Came out after I was born. Child gamer is like okay.
Child gamer.
All right. Hear me out, DreamWorks. You've made the Boss Baby, but you haven't made the Child Gamer.
The child gamer. I don't know what that would be about.
A gamer who's a child.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Oh no.
I don't know anything about the Boss Baby. The Boss Baby is fascinating. I'll be honest.
Uh-huh.
In fact, there's
The
more than one.
Boss Baby is a cryptid.
So like the Boss Baby is just a baby who was born to be a boss, right? They're not like it's not like a Freaky Friday kind of thing. I think.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just a baby that is capable of speech and also has an MBA, probably.
Yeah. So Child Gamer, was born just a normal baby, and then at the age of 4 or 5, just got like a like supernatural inclination for Fortnite.
Ugh.
And
now they're
it's
a
like-
millionaire at age 7.
Yeah, exactly. And so the whole movie, it's about them having to like deal with. No, it'd be better as like a '90s movie.
Deal with
like
carpal tunnel.
a carpal
As a
tunnel at the age of
7-year-old.
6. No, it'd probably be better if it was like they're going to elementary school. It's like a Hannah Montana thing, where
Mhm.
they live a double life as the #1 Fortnite pro, and then they also have to go to school, which I'm sure is like the actual lives of multiple children.
Probably. I mean, the guy who won the Fortnite World Cup was like 16, and he won $3 million. So
Yep.
imagine taking that back to your high school.
I remember at like I think it was like the International 4 or 5. One of the players on EG was like in high school, and so there was a point where like the team's manager was like doing homework for him.
That's fantastic.
Hey,
Kyle
sorry, I'm not gonna
Gamer!
be in school for the next week. I'm gonna be in Korea. Oh, that's cool. You're visiting family? No, I'm playing video games.
No, I'm playing. I'm gaming actually.
to
And
earn
if you
to earn $20 million.
maybe look up games and you skateboard backwards out of the.
Literally backwards.
Yeah, you gotta.
And then you
By the way,
trip over yourself because no one knows that.
that's copyright DRPB. You can't have that idea. You have to pay us for it.
Yeah, we get royalties for Child Gamer.
$1 billion franchise, Child Gamer. Oh, is Child Gamer a better episode title?
I think I like Child Gamer more than
Child Gamer.
Lovecraft in Space or whatever we decided on before.
What was
Something
it?
about cold air.
Yeah, it was something with Lovecraft and cold.
No, it was something about Lovecraft and Alaska. I love.
If we can't remember it, then it's not a
It's not
memorable
good.
title. So.
I love our incredible content where we just go. Remember that joke we made earlier in the episode?
That was
I wonder what
funny.
it was. That was funny. Those were the. Take
Those
me
were the
back.
good times.
Y'all remember the tale of the Child Gamer? Good concept.
Okay, that sounds like that has the energy of like some like crotchety old pirate being like, "Y'all remember the tale of the Child Gamer?"
We
I mean,
lost
do
all our
you?
winnings to him. I do. I was there for it. I was the Child Gamer.
You were the Child Gamer.
Yeah,
It's come full circle.
I've made like $20 in Amazon gift card from gaming all time, so pretty profitable.
Okay, we never actually answered, like, truly gave a definitive answer to the question, I think. Xbox
Hey,
One
I
controller.
did.
That's my vote. Pick
Yeah.
one.
Xbox One.
I'm pretty sure I'm using a 360 controller.
Same
Also
thing.
good. Also good.
I used a 360 controller for a long time. The only reason I switched to an Xbox One controller is because my 360 controller was acting up because it was so old.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, maybe I should get a new controller. Wait, no. No, I was using an Xbox One controller, and I got an Xbox Series S controller now, I think.
Right.
I don't know.
Unless you like specifically want a like good D-pad and like that's all you're going to be using, like then the DS4 might be a little bit better, but they're both pretty good. I think.
I'm not a big DS4. I like the DS2, and everyone after that I've not liked as much.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in Celeste that use controller use DS4 because the D-pad is very solid.
That makes sense. They should all just use hitboxes.
True. Yeah, get a hitbox. That's the if you can find one, get one.
I mean,
They're cool.
I bought one off Etsy for like $70, and it works pretty well.
And then you can replace the switches to put mechanical keyboard switches in, and they sound cool.
That does sound
That's
cool.
what I did.
I mean, it works pretty well, parentheses, in terms of my level of playing Guilty Gear Strive,
Yeah.
which is terrible, and I haven't played it since before Frame Fatales, so
We gotta play.
I'd have to, like, get back into it, and I'd
Okay.
have to have the motivation to get back into it, and I have to relearn how to Totsugeki, okay?
They're releasing a new character soon, probably. So I
You
know
mean
that'll sway
probably?
your opinion because you don't have a main, obviously.
What do you mean? I do have a main.
It's Driftblim.
It's
True.
Driftblim. When are they adding Driftblim to Guilty Gear? Add Driftblim
Honestly.
to Guilty Gear. I feel like they should have just added a bunch of Pokemon to like regular Tekken.
No, but they had to make a spin-off to make more money.
Yeah, but like when the
I
spin-off
forgot
died,
they did that. I
Not the-
forgot they did that.
Yeah, it was not that good.
and now that it's dead, though, they could be like, yeah, okay, here's the thing. That
What
the
about
problem
Pikachu
with,
and Tekken?
with Pokken Tournament compared to like
Let's say
Unite,
Pokken.
right? It is technically Pokken
Okay, and not in America.
because they're pocket monsters.
Yeah, but that's not a thing in the U.S. I've never pocketed a monster. I've only poked
Actually, wait, no,
them on.
maybe it is Pokken. I don't know.
It's supposed to be Pokken.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, because I think
no,
it
it's
is.
the kids who are wrong.
I think it is specifically a combination of Pokemon, not Pocket Monsters.
That makes sense. I think I might be like misremembering. So that's on me. But
Wow.
yeah, I said it with such like certainty too. What was that? Oh yeah, so Unite, they were like, yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of deep cuts. Like we're gonna put like Cramorant in here as one of
Yeah.
our launch Pokemon. We're gonna put Greedent in. Just a bunch of Pokemon where it's just, like you would expect them to do Charizard and Pikachu, which they did.
Right.
But like I don't even think you can't even play like Lucario in Unite.
Interesting.
Yet.
Unite?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wait, can't you? No, you can't.
Yeah. And that's like a fan favorite. You can't be Mimikyu, the #1 most popular Pokemon in the world.
True.
So-
Did you
True
know
facts.
that in Germany it's called Pokemon Tekken because the German word for smallpox is Pokken? Now you know.
Also, like German probably just has a word already for Pokemon Tekken.
Yeah, probably. It's Pokken.
I can't argue with that.
Technical or something like that. I don't know anything about
Feel-
German. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Germans. What were you
I don't
saying?
know if this is coming through my mic, but shout out to the person that's just revving their car outside my window. Really appreciate it.
I don't hear it, but
We'll see.
I don't hear it.
Hopefully not.
I think it's cool that they want to
Yeah.
be part of it. You know?
Yeah, if you hear a car revving in this section, just know that there's someone really, really cool that I live near.
God, I wish I lived near cool people. If you're listening to this and I live near you, and wasn't talking about you. Okay, it's not a call out. I didn't think this sentence through. I'm sorry.
Didn't somebody literally come over to your house in this episode?
I wish they were cool.
Shush.
Damn.
Sorry, Lauren.
Hey, it's making enemies.
Sorry
Listen.
you had to find out this way.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it through. I'm gonna get such angry DMs now, man.
You're getting hate mail.
Ugh.
I'm not responsible. I think you're cool. But May doesn't, apparently.
Oh my God! Stop! I've already
Not my
dig my
fault.
hole deeper.
Look, what's the purpose of us being here if it's not to help you dig?
I like that these little the little alien guys with the one eye. They're just like holding a book. In the same energy as like somebody like holding their phone out at you, being like, "Yo, check this video out. It's really funny."
Would you like to fill out a survey?
yeah. I hate when I'm okay. Is there has to be like a quirky JRPG game like that where it's like all the enemies are like people trying to get you to fill out surveys and things like that. It's like
survey
annoyances
game.
when walking down the street.
That's a mouthful of a title.
Annoyances while walking down the street.
It's a working title. We'll
Okay, fair.
workshop it.
Yeah, we're
Gotcha,
working on it.
gotcha.
Okay. Look, game design is an iterative process, and I would appreciate if you would respect that. You know.
Comment and subscribe.
Yeah, I would also appreciate it if you commented, and subscribed.
Hit that bell to get our
Hit-
notifications because
Yeah.
we definitely don't upload at a consistent rate.
Well, but the thing is, you might forget that it's Monday, and
Right. I
But-
I
God,
is
sometimes
it
forget
Monday?
that it's Monday.
But here's
it's
the
not.
thing. Well, not time of recording, but
It is
Here's
it
the
is
thing.
today if you're watching this on a Monday.
it's really hard to remember what day of the week it is, right? And but as we know, the only way to determine what day of the week it is to check YouTube subscriptions and see if DRPB came out. And if it came out, then it's Monday. There's no other way to do it.
And if it
And
didn't come
so-
out, then it's probably not Monday.
If you ring the bell, then you get a little notification every week that's like, yo, it's Monday. And
Happy
so
Monday.
that's-
Only for Monday. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're screwed.
Right.
If you need to know what a Thursday is, tune in.
no.
I can't do that
Tune
because it
into
only
a
works every
podcast that
second.
goes out on Thursdays.
If it's Thursday, then you could go to the DRPB YouTube account and see when the last episode came out.
Ooh, you can do
How many days ago?
mathematics.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Are you fighting
Exactly.
Shakespeare?
No, I'm fighting Edward something. Edward DeVere.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. Scissorhands.
That makes
That's
sense.
the one.
That's a
is
Shakespeare
whole-
character.
Edward Scissorhands.
You don't remember him?
You remember Edward 40 Hands from Much Ado About Nothing?
No.
Can't say I do.
Oh,
I
well.
don't. I don't know that what you just said was a real thing.
I assure you it was not.
Okay.
Well, okay, Edward Forty Hands is a real thing, and Much Ado About Nothing are real things, but together they are
Okay.
different things. Because Edward Forty Hands is like a party, like a college party game, where you have to duct tape two 40s to your hands. You can't take them off till you've drank them both.
Ah, of course. That's the kind of party that I was going to.
Yeah, I wasn't going to Xbox parties or anything.
Well,
In my
maybe if
room.
you were a child gamer, you would.
Maybe if you were cool.
Is this the final boss?
It's the second final boss.
How much further away is the final boss? It's just
Three, two lines of notes.
okay. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. I just noticed that we're running up on time, and so I remember you being like, "One of these games is an hour 45," and I'm like, "That's not this one, is it?"
No, this is like. I mean, based on the fact we're coming up on time, this is a lot worse of a run than I think it is. But
It's perfect for this.
It's perfect for this.
It's true.
It's called stalling for content.
Every run that isn't as fast is perfect for a short form podcast that lasts about that long. So
I
True.
feel like our podcast isn't that short form. I feel like it's just like podcast length.
true.
final
Podcast
run, or
like-
final.
Podcast list one of 3 different durations. Oh, yeah. Okay, this looks a bit more final bossy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's 3. Yeah, there's 3 different lengths of podcasts. There's 30 minutes. There's an hour, and there's 4 hours.
And those ones are normally D&D.
Yeah, they're like D&D or like I feel like I've listened to a lot of like gaming adjacent podcasts where it's like we're gonna talk about lore for 4 hours, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
We need
Just
to
something
make extremely deep dives on something for 4 hours.
Check out our follow-up podcast or
Child
our like,
Gamer.
companion podcast, Child Gamer, where we just do an extremely deep dive on the hit 1998 film Child Gamer. That hold on,
every week. Every week is a new 4-hour podcast about the same movie.
I mean, I do know that
God.
there is I know like one of the McElroys does a podcast where they review, I think it's all the McElroys actually do a podcast where they review Paul Blart Mall Cop once a year,
Oh boy.
and they have to do it until they convince, I think it's till they die or they convince somebody else to replace them on the show, and it's called Till Death Do Us Blart.
Amazing.
That's actually really funny.
It's good. All right, bonus episode ideas.
Paul Blart.
Fan cast on the hit 1998 film Child Gamer.
Oh boy. Catch the Patreon in about 6 months for that one.
Yeah. We still got to record one for this month. There's this thing
Or
about
I can
doing-
release the super secret unreleased one.
It's a super secret unreleased one?
The second one that we recorded.
Oh, I thought that was released already.
No, that was November's.
Oh.
We can still do another one this month if you want, as a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a thing they don't tell you about when you get into like recurring content production, is that you have to continue to
Recur.
make
Make
content.
content.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's the hard part. The content part is fine. The recurring part is
The
difficult.
recurring part is hard, yeah. Like we're out here every week, here the podcast minds, digging up premium content. That's what we make. And I just feel like that should be, I feel like we deserve a presidential medal of freedom. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think so. We're the only weekly.
Church, you could have the
content.
Canadian version of that. I don't know what it would be.
Awesome, thank you, appreciate it. I
Yeah.
also don't know what that would be.
The Prime Minister's Medal of Freedom?
Yeah, something like that.
Canadian presidential.
Prime Minister. But
can't-
yeah.
Well, I'm looking if there's
Sure,
just
gotcha. Yeah.
metal. I
Coming
couldn't
up
spell
on time.
presidential.
Time.
There's the Cross of Valor.
Wait, that was time?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
He did say time.
I would have called it sooner, but I didn't expect that to do 2,000 damage.
All right. Church, where can people find you?
You can find me at oh my God, I don't know, co-host, I guess. ChurchnSarge on co-host, ChurchnSarge on Twitch, ChurchnSarge on Twitter. I have a show on the GDQ channel every second Thursday at 10 p.m. called How to Train a Speedrunner. It's about live speedrun tutorials for beginner-friendly routes, so people can get into speedrunning. You can find me on Discord. Go into one of my servers and message me.
If you like our show, you can follow us on Twitter for the dying days of a Twitter star at twitter.com/dearpp. You can also follow us on co-host at cohost.org/dearpp. Sorry, it's twitter.com/dearpppod, but it's cohost.org/dearpb. You got dearpb on co-host. And we're allowed to post now, I just checked. So we'll start posting those on co-host as well.
I still can't post.
I'll get you added to that. And
I can't post in general.
Oh, well, wait, really?
Yeah, there's
Did you sign up
7,000 people in front of me.
Did you sign up after DearPB?
I signed up last week.
Okay. And what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you heard an ad for it before, but we got a Patreon. You spend $3 once a month. You get bonus episodes. You get the episodes a little early sometimes, depending on when we record them. That might change. The bonus episodes are good. They include things like we do commentary for a game that doesn't exist. And in the future, maybe we'll do a fan cast for the hit 1998 film Child Gamer. You want to make sure you get in on that on the ground floor. You know, that's valuable content. That's an investing. You got to invest in that content. It can only go up, baby.
True.
I think that's it for us. Thanks for hanging out with us and learning about plays.
Yeah.
Thanks for enjoying an evening at the theater with us. Church,
I got an English major for this.
there you go. Church,
that's
if you
not
could
true.
be so kind as to soliloquy us with our normal ending monologue. Those were words.
Yep.
All right. What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets.
But enough talk. Don't be racist.
Bye.
You're not wrong.